College football is right around the corner with our first game starting up this Saturday, and that means it is time to hop on Draftkings. Something to be watching if you are a big fantasy player, love daily fantasy sports. The way Draftkings has changed their rewards is important to make sure you're hitting certain metrics. So they changed their reward system, added a new layer. They've always had this crown system where you get some crowns back for each entry, and that those crowns can then be used for free entries into contests, which is pretty exciting. Great way to get a little bit, almost like a cashback kind of rewards program. You enter enough contests with enough paid entries, you earn a bunch of crowns, and then you can use those crowns to enter in contests. Pretty cool, but they've added a new feature, and that is called Dynasty Rewards. Dynasty Rewards. And to get them, you have to earn these rewards points, these dynasty points, and you make progress as you earn these dynasty rewards points towards other tiers. Getting to the 5,000, earning silver should be your priority if you enjoy fantasy sports at a high level. It's definitely easier and definitely built for those that can bet on DraftKings Sportsbook. I live in California, so while I am in California, I am not able to use the DraftKings Sportsbook. I do a lot of business and traveling into Oregon where it is legal. So when I'm there, I will typically use their Sportsbook. I enjoy it a lot. But while I am in California, not allowed to. So I have to find other ways to really earn these 5,000 points. And the best way to do it is through achievements, specifically the year-long achievements with NFL. You're going to get 4,500 tier credits. You only need 5,000 to move into silver. But what do you have to do? You got to complete the fantasy football Ironman. You have to enter in 57 contests between the days of 9/7 and 2/11/24. The Pro Bowl does not count. So you basically have to enter a contest every single day a contest is available. At least $1. If you do that math, $57 it's going to cost you. You're going to be able to get 4,500. I'm going to be spending more than I'm going to be spending more than $57 this season on contests. I really enjoy fantasy football, and we're going to be doing a lot of it on the channel. But that's not going to get me to my 5,000. So what is the next best way? Well, come on down here to college football achievements. And if you enter in the 60 contests for that, you're going to get another 1,000 tier credits. That'll put you at 5,500 tier credits, jump you over into the next tier, silver. The great thing about the tiers is once you earn it, you earn that status for at least the rest of the year and the following year. Another great part about these contests is you're going to hit those rewards at the start of 2024. So that means by completing these two Ironman contests and these two achievements, you will earn it not only for the whole year of 2024, but you should earn it as well for 2025. And that is a lot of free rewards on DraftKings. Absolutely worthwhile. My recommendation and something I'm going to be going for this season. So that means we need to get in some college football lineups coming up this weekend. And something just recently, I was looking earlier in the week and this didn't exist yet, but they have added Navy Notre Dame as the Showdown matchup of the week. I am a big fan of Showdowns. I think they're the easiest to sit down and really analytically look at how to make the best team. It just so happens I'm also a huge Notre Dame fan, so this is right up my alley. Let's go ahead and pick a dollar contest. I'm going to click by entry fees here. Let's see what dollar contests are available. We've got their 1,500. That's the big money contest. There are a few other tickets contests. These are pretty cool because they're satellites, right? You get a NFL Best Ball Millionaire ticket kind of cool. I'm already in that contest, so I'm not going to worry about doing any sort of satellites. They have some triple ups, $1 to win $3. Let's just go ahead and enter their first down, their actual big money tournament, and take a look at what the lineups are. So it is Showdown Captain mode, which means your captain earns 1.5 times the amount of fantasy points. So if they earned 10 points, they're going to earn 15 points because they're your captain. They also cost their salary. These are salary cap games, as most daily fantasy is. Salary cap, so you can draft whoever you want. Gotta find value. That's the big thing. We're going to take a look. I think this is a no-brainer. You have to put Sam Hartman as your captain. He's the new quarterback at ND, transferred in for Notre Dame. A lot of hype around, wow, Notre Dame might have a legitimate quarterback this season. They've been struggling in the quarterback room the last few seasons. So we're going to put him in as the captain, and then we're going to go look for some value. I always like to first go look at some value. We've got an average remaining player of 6,700. We're looking for players much cheaper than that and see if we can find anything of good value. So we've got a big chunk of, quarterbacks here. Chapman, Hall. Let's go ahead and pull up the Navy depth chart, if there is any. Here we go. Here is their football depth chart. We're going to be looking for some high value picks. Now, Navy running that option attack. So running backs for Navy should be decent, at least in the number of touches they get. So running back position, we're looking at Amin Hassan, Brandon Chapman, Daba Fofana. I don't know if I'm pronouncing those names correctly. I like Fofana, but he's too expensive, right? Makes sense. The fullback, really, he's a running back listed here. That's a very big position in that offense. Unfortunately, he's probably too expensive to grab. So we're going to have to think about these running backs here. We got Chapman, Hall, and Tyree. Now, Tyree might be an interesting pick. Running back, had some success at Notre Dame, but is definitely on the outs a little bit on the depth chart. So let's take a look and see if we can figure out where those running backs are. Down here, we got Brandon Chapman. I think Brandon Chapman's the play here from the Navy side. And I also like Tyree. We're going to take a couple of running backs here, and then we're going to go start looking at our more expensive players. It is definitely difficult to find value, especially early in the season. You don't know who's going to be that player to really step up. So I'm looking for, I got some good value here, right? But I'm actually going to drop Navy, and I'm going to spend a little money on Navy. You have to have at least one more player from each team, at least one. So I'm going to go ahead and grab their main starting fullback here. As we looked here, he is a starting fullback. Fullback in a Navy offense gets a lot of touches. So I think that's probably going to be my play there. Now, where do I grab some value? Since I didn't do the value play with Navy, I'm going to look for some value here on Notre Dame. And I'm going to tell you right now, there is some interesting picks down here, incredibly cheap. So stays here. Notre Dame had a tight end injury. They've got two people going to be playing tight end. Stays is going to be playing tight end. And coming up here, Mitchell Evans is also going to be playing tight end. Now, I'm obviously not going to take both of them because that's a waste of my money. The most expensive player is the backup Notre Dame quarterback left at $10,000. So that would be a waste. But we're going to take a peek here and think about this a little bit. Who do we want? Both of these, I think, are good options at the bottom. Tyree, coming out of the slot, playing running back, should be good. I definitely want Estime. Estime is going to be the workhorse back. So We have 4,000. So we're going to look here in this middle section and think about who do we want and how much do we need to save for him. So Merriweather and Thomas look to be the two starting receivers, at least. Now, we could afford Merriweather if we keep Mitchell Evans starting tight end. Now, I think this is kind of my base. I'm feeling good about this set of players. Interesting, I have an extra $1,000. So let's think about maybe Tyree. So 6,400, right? We're going to lose the 5,000 plus the 1,000. Is there anybody at that 6,400? Unfortunately, there isn't. It's a bunch of backup quarterbacks at 6,000. And then we've got Navy has one of their running backs here at 6,600. You know, that doesn't really improve my team too much. Now, Estime at 8,800 is 9,800 going to get me anybody? Yes, it could get me Navy's quarterback. But I'd have to give up Estime for that, and I don't really feel like I want to give up Estime. Estime is going to be a workhorse for sure. So Merriweather at 62. How about 72? That'll get me Price, Jadarian Price, another running back for Notre Dame. But I'm already going heavy with Estime and then Tyree out of the slot. So I don't love that. Of all these players, the player I'm most thinking about dropping would be Tyree or potentially Evans. So we're looking at 64 or maybe 52. 5,200, I can get a kicker. I'd definitely rather have Evans than a kicker. So this might be a situation where we just sit here and we float the extra 1,000, sometimes especially early in the season before, you know, Draftkings has any idea. I mean, we're just going straight off the depth charts. Look at how many quarterbacks are sitting up here super expensive because they're not 100% sure who's going to start, if somebody's going to get hurt, what's going to happen, where do we put these players? So they just put giant chunks of players in, and who knows what's going to really happen with them. So obviously we're not going to be spending money on them. And obviously some of these lower level players, non-quarterbacks, they're going to be thrown down here, and you can find some of those big value plays. I think Stays would have been a big value, but I really, you know, saving a few thousand, let's see what that would look like. If I put Stays in here, now I got 2,400 to spend. Over Tyree, again, if I'm dropping him, all right, Tyree, that would put us at $7,800. Is there anybody at that 7,800? Could grab Jaden Thomas if we play Stays. So will Stays be the play? I think we're going to go boom or bust here. And rumors are he is going to play. I like maximizing my amount of money. We're going to put Jaden Thomas in as a wide receiver. So we're taking the top two receivers from Notre Dame. We're taking the quarterback in the captain position. We've got our workhorse in Estime. We're taking that potentially really high value tight end. A tight end that they're saying is going to get some work. It's going to be between him and Evans to see who rises to the top of that starting tight end position. Both players are rumored to get in. Touchdown. We're looking for a touchdown from Holden Hayes. That will be key to us winning. I think we found a really good team here. Got some good value out of Hayes. I think that really freed up us to spend more money. Again, this is going to come down to Sam Hartman at quarterback. You got to put him there. And then who's going to get some touchdowns? I think we made the right decision here by going a little bit more expensive with Navy, with our one Navy player. I don't anticipate Navy to really be very competitive in this game. That's why I'm going to keep my, Navy players out of my roster, but I have to have one, so I picked the fullback because should Navy drive down and have the opportunity to score, probably go into the fullback in that situation. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a touchdown maybe out of him. Big numbers out of Hartman, big numbers out of Stays and Estime, and I think we will be set and ready to rock and roll for a winning lineup here. So let's go ahead and get that entered. Let me know down below in the comments, what is your lineup? Are you excited? Definitely make sure you get all your lineups in. If you get a lineup in every single day throughout the season, that there is a game and an available game to be played, you will be able to earn that silver status, which is so important. And you're going to be able to earn it potentially for 2 more years, essentially, because you'll kick it over at the beginning of January, and then you'll have it for the rest of that year, 2024 and 2025. Big rewards to be earned. Go get on your DraftKings, and we will see you tomorrow for our last video of the week. But so excited for college football. Let me know who you're rooting for down below, and we'll see you next time.